Alright, welcome back. The show is indeed the CITI Countdown, but it's time for us to speak to our esteemed guest right here on the Spotlight segment. You might have heard of him, seen his works, but you probably do not know that this is a young man behind some of your favorite hits. I am talking to the man Nicholas Edem Kofi, or Kofi as many people put it, but he goes by the name Yung D3mz. So what's good, my brother?
I'm cool, bro.
Charlie, it's great to see you.
My whole government name.
Yeah, Charlie, I was like, Nicholas Edem Kofi. So Yung D3mz, like Yung D3mz. Where from Yung D3mz?
Oh, Charlie, it was something that my friends used to call me. I never came up with that name myself.
Really, in school?
Yeah, when I was in Tema International School, my friends used to call me D3mz because I started producing. You know, they want to give you like some rapper-ish kind of name. So it was, oh, D3mz, you know.
Just like that. So it wasn't inspired by another rapper or producer or something?
No. It was all just inspired by who I am. And then eventually they started adding the young, Lil D3mz, Young D3mz, Big D3mz. But then the young was the one that everyone was like, you have to use that as your producer tag or name or whatever. And I was like,
you mentioned producing in school. So this is when it started for you? Like that's how far back it started for you?
Yo, I like to think that it started far back as maybe when I was like 14. Because at that time I started to write songs, but I never used to show them to anyone.
Why? What do you think it was? Because you had some complex that you weren't good enough?
Yeah, pretty much. Like that was it. It was like, I think they call it imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome, right.
It's like you don't believe that you are worth the talent that people say that you have. So, you know, I think in some ways it was like a blessing and a curse because you get to really learn the new things, the stuff that you need to. Like, I learned how to produce.
Wow.
So, and I became a producer.
You're self-taught, that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't understudy anybody? You just found your mojo, stuck behind a number of softwares, played around it, and then, or you went to someone's studio, learned. How did it all start for you as a producer?
I mean, it's like a bit of both, you know? Because like, naturally at a young age, you know, the way your brain is developing, you want to learn new things. Right. Like you're always trying to find some new hobby or some new thing to learn. Right. You know, when you were a kid, you used to do like different things.
I used to do different. I even thought I was going to be a DJ.
Exactly.
Because I used to work with virtual DJ a lot and power DJ, but look at me.
but like, that's how it is. And I think that like growing up, the music was always part of the plans, but I just had to take my time and learn it myself. And then also I'll go to studios like Seshi or in Comty 12 in Tema, 2 bars. Sometimes I pull up to, you know, sessions with like guys like Lamem.
Wow.
You know, and sometimes I won't even work. I just watch what they do. Just so I can grab some, you know, some knowledge about like how
it works.
It is to be in a studio.
So you wanted to be a producer because at the time music as an artist or as a vocalist wasn't really doing it for you. Is that what it was? Or you just thought that being a producer would be a simple entry into music? Was there a plan?
For me, I've always been interested in music, so it was never really about, let me do this first and get here. I went where the interest level was, but in the back of my mind, I knew that you've been writing songs since you were 14. Don't be surprised if you decide that you want to try and do that again, combined with all this that you've learned. And you know, I think I discovered my voice like 2 years ago, and I was like, okay, you know what, we can actually make this work.
2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did you drop Girls Like You, that first project of yours? What year was that?
We dropped it last year in October.
Last year in October.
9th October. That's the Uganda's Independence Day.
Right. And then you dropped Young later.
Yeah, a year after,
So this is, you discovered your voice 2 years ago. You dropped your first project a year after.
Yeah.
What was the psychic behind that? Did you think that, okay, I've discovered my voice to a point where people need to get to know Yung D3mz as an artist or as a music or as a vocalist? Because you didn't push it that much.
No.
As much as you did for Young.
No. I think with me, the focus for me was not only showing other people like the range of things I can do in my voice, but also showing myself what I can do. Because if you notice, that project was like different sounds.
Yeah, different sounds.
Types of cadences. Yes. And we were very deliberate with it. I remember during the quarantine period, I was with Boy, the Genius, and Uche B.
Wow.
And we were on our WhatsApp group chat, interacting with each other because we were all locked away at home.
Right.
Boy was in Boston at the time, and Uche was, you know, here in Ghana. Right. And they were like, let's do a song, let's do a tape, right? And D3mz will be the vocalist. So we'll just collaborate like 5 beats and we'll see how that goes. And I'm like, okay, let's try it. So over the course of like 2 weeks, they were sending the beats in and I would be trying my hands on them. And the idea was to make like, let's say like a pool of like 15 songs and we choose like the best 5.
Right.
But all the 5 that we worked on
Top notch.
sounded good. And everyone was like, yo, you guys have got something. So just put it out and see how people feel. And then from there, we
We're
can
like,
start to define a sound like a bit more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, in between time, you obviously put your signature on one of the biggest songs. Many people don't even know that. Oh, baby, oh, baja. Yeah, there's a young man who produced the song, working with Kwesi Arthur, and you worked with the likes of Medical and other great people in the industry. How does that make you feel? Because I've seen that for you as a producer, you seem to get your roses, you know, unlike other producers who they don't really pay attention to. What do you think has made you different? Is it because of your sound, or there's something you're doing differently from what others are doing?
You know, to be honest, like I know I am an exceptionally good producer, but I don't think that I'm like the only one doing what I do. But I feel like the reason why I get the flowers for what I do is because I understand that it's no longer just about how talented you are. It's also about the people that you relate with and how you are with them, the networks that you leverage on. Like, I feel like a lot of artists just respect me because they genuinely respect me as a person, you know, before even just as a musician. Like all the guys you've mentioned, we're very cool when we meet. We can have conversations that stem beyond just like what you dropped last week. You know, we vibe, we talk. So there's that mutual respect. And I think that when they drop songs, they want me to be part of it because they also see like what I'm trying to build. You know, I'm not just trying to be like your normal like behind the scenes producer. I'm trying to make producing look cool for the kids so they understand that this is something that you can actually do.
Are you making money from this?
Yeah, I'm making money.
Making some good money. Not too long ago, we saw Wizkid give you a follow. One of the biggest news for young producers in Ghana. Many people actually don't know that you're actually Ghanaian, you know. That's why I mentioned your government name, because people think you're actually Nigerian. It's because of the sound you make. Because I get, recently I was just telling a friend that I heard Adenkule Gold and Manifest Sound, and the production is crazy, you know. So I'm like, where are you picking this inspiration from? Is it like your mind plays games with you, you want to keep experimenting, or you think you found a Yung D3mz sound just yet?
I think in regards to my production, I do have certain things that I do that people may deem like that's like my sound.
Right.
So something like what I did on the Manifest and Adekunle song, that's very much a Yung D3mz type, you know, sound. But for me, the idea when I'm making a new production is, and I don't just call them beats, I call them productions because I'm always involved in the final product. So with me, I try and make sure that I am fusing different vibes and ideas from different places, because me, the aim has always been to make international music.
Wow.
I want to make Ghana music that I can play in Malaysia. You know, and Malaysians will really, really like that stuff. So like when I'm making beats, you know, the sounds that I use, the ideas that I gather are from different genres, R&B, hip hop. And I mean, it's not like by force too. It's very natural because I didn't really grow up like in Ghana the whole time.
Okay.
So when you stay in different places, your worldview is a bit expanded.
Varied.
So you throw back everything into the music. And, you know, yeah.
Let's talk about Yung, the project Yung. I mean, obviously, Girls Like You was something experimental. Yung seemed more intentional because in terms of promotion and stuff like that. Your hit single, Fever, you know, crazy video, brilliant video. You did what you had to do and everything. Talk to me about the process. You know, what was it that you were looking out for at the end of the day? Has the project achieved what you're looking out for?
I think Yung exceeded the expectations a little bit, because you know, for me, I do look at growth when I'm dropping my music. So I did expect that people were going to really like what I had to offer on this tape, and they were going to, you know, take it well and take note of it for the next projects. But now we have like one of the songs on Yung, which is completely blown up by itself with no video and barely any promo, which is Carolina. Which is my biggest song like, right now.
Yeah,
It's
my good
crazy.
friend says, why haven't you shot a video for that song here? Because that's also one of my favorite songs, ladies and gentlemen.
We have plans for that song that even stem beyond like just a video. So we're trying to think of all of that in terms of next year my rollout. Because I mean, I like this tape, I like Carolina, but I think the next one is the one that I really, really, really want people to like pay attention to. Because to be very honest, you can even ask my manager; he'll tell you, Young is my throwaways. Yeah. So the next time I drop Young again, because there will be a volume 2, it'll be throwaways.
So this is what you mean by Fever was not actually a complete song?
No, it wasn't.
All right, look, if I continue this way, I might not finish the interview. I have to bring him back and do a part 2. So Yung D3mz, this is your camera. I want you to tell people where to find you in terms of social media handles. We're going to play Fever after this, but I also want people to go follow your music. So in about 60 seconds, let your fans love you. That's your camera. Let's go.
Yo guys, what's good? It's Yung D3mz. You can catch me on my socials at YUNG_D3mz. That's the only spelling. If you don't spell it that way, you won't find me. So please do. My music is on all platforms. Apple Music, Spotify, Audiomack, everywhere. Boomplay as well too. So please go search Yung D3mz and have a good time listening to my music.
All right, you heard the man now. Yung D3mz actually has a latest song out with the brother DJ Fifi, and he calls that Never Let Go. The video's not out for that yet, right?
No.
Okay,
But
so
it's been
go
done.
check it out as well. But in the meantime, let's check out Fever by the man Yung D3mz.